ranking every England player against France from worst to first. For the last time at this World Cup, this is England 11-1. At 11, it's Toney. I think we were all a bit surprised when he ended up on the plane, and we ended up being proven right. 6 goals for England and he left with nothing. It was a poor performance. At 10, it's Morgan Rogers. 90 minutes of pure cardio on the day that it was announced that Chelsea are going to sign him for 117 million. I'm not sure what they're paying that much for because he looked levels below the rest of England's attackers. At 9, it's Quansah. He was decent in the first half, but they were running rings around him in the second. Still can't believe Tuchel picked him over Trent. He's not a right back and it showed. At 8, it's Guehi. He had that one good block off the line in the first half, but when your defence concedes 4, it's hard to rank the centre-backs highly. At 7, it's Henderson. Again, he made a couple of good saves in the first half, but when you concede 4, you can't have your keeper in the top half. At 6, I've got Konsa. He scored, which is why I've got him above Guehi and Henderson, but it just wasn't a day for the defenders. Now into the top 5, and at number 5, I've got Spence. It was another energetic performance from him. He was constantly up and down that left-hand side, and he won what ended up being the decisive penalty. He was one of the breakout stars at this tournament, and the only player that Tuchel ended up being proved right about. At 4, I've gone for Eze. Mr. Nonchalant was always going to play well when the pressure was off, and last night was a perfect example of that. He had a really good game. His assist for Saka's second goal was great, and he completed 100% of his passes. I just wish he would do that more consistently. At 3, it's Rashford. He's just so fun to watch when he's at his best. He didn't score last night, but he was involved in most of England's goals in the first half. He was a constant threat in behind, and he looked dangerous every time he cut in from that left side. At 2, it's Declan Rice. He was basically playing in that midfield on his own last night. He opened the scoring with a screamer, and even though he tied in the second half, he still had 3 or 4 important defensive stops. I thought he really set the tone for England last night. And at number 1, it's Saka. In a game that had Mbappe, Olise and Dembele, it was Saka that was the best player on that pitch. It's just criminal that Tuchel didn't give him minutes in that semi-final against Argentina. And it will always be one of the biggest what-ifs in English football. France just couldn't live with him, and I'm not sure anybody can when he's playing like that. It was a 10 out of 10 performance to end the tournament. I know it felt like a charity match, but let me know your thoughts in the comments.